All right, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another beer from the Definitive Brewing Company, and they're out of Portland, Maine, and this is their Late Nite, the triple berry pie variant. So they're calling this one an Imperial Sour Ale that is brewed with blackberry, blueberry, and raspberry puree, along with cinnamon and vanilla. Comes in at 8.1% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed in time of review. This can is approximately 5 months old, and I'm going to give a huge thanks and shout out once again to a good friend of mine and a viewer of the channel, Caleb, for hooking me up with this one. So huge thanks to him. I'll post a link in the description box of the beer mail unboxing video I did. It contains all the goodies that Caleb sent my way. And yeah, this was one that kind of caught my eye. Talking about Imperial Sour Ale, those three berry purees, cinnamon, vanilla, kind of going for a berry pie in liquid form. And yeah, so I did crack this open off camera because, you know, with all those purees and everything, I was like, oh no, I don't know, it's 5 months, even though it's been in my fridge, might explode. We're fine. I did not pour it though. I'm going to pour it on camera, but I did crack it open off camera. Now, this sounds delicious to me. And the other beer I had from Definitive was their Lens Triple IPA. It was older, still held up pretty well. It was pretty good. So I'm really excited about this one. Let's give it a pour, see what we got going on. So yeah, that's looking like something that has those three berry purees in them. Looking nice. So yeah, this has this like straight on violet color. Magenta, about a half finger of a light pink head that is now dissipating to a thin film. Plays the role of something with all those purees in it and a sour ale. It really does. Let's get a nose. Oh man, holy fuck, raspberries personified. Now the only concern I have for this one is the cinnamon and vanilla. Will they fall off? It's my fault that this beer is 5 months old while I'm reviewing it. When Caleb sent to me, it was just under 2 months old. It was like maybe like 6-7 weeks old. But, you know, I had a bunch of personal issues, health issues. Beer got put on the back burner. And unfortunately, a lot of the beers from Caleb got kind of thrown to the side. Still in the fridge, but thrown to the side. And a lot of them I didn't get to until they were a bit older. This one, though, I'm reviewing kind of the last of the bunch from Caleb. And I did so because I was like, oh, it should hold up more so than the hop forward beers. But the cinnamon might fall off, the vanilla might fall off. In the nose, really not getting cinnamon. A little bit of vanilla, so this has like slight creamsicle edge to it, or like a raspberry parfait or something like that. The raspberry screaming off the top. It's sweet, seedy, jammy raspberry. A little bit of blueberry, blackberries getting kind of lost. The vanilla is very prominent. No cinnamon though. It smells fucking dynamite though. It smells, like I said, like a raspberry creamsicles exist. This is what it should smell like. Anyway, let's get into it. Cheers, everybody. Thanks again, Caleb. So the cinnamon is there, and it's on the back of the palate. There's also this like slight, that's a cool ass beer. Yeah, it has a pie aspect to it. Let's go body mouthfeel first. That's what I typically do. Body, this is a bit thin. Shout out to Paul over at PaTroll, who's a bit thin. It's not super thin, don't get me wrong, but for 8.1%, this is like medium, maybe a touch under, so a bit thin. The mouthfeel is more in the regular sour range. Very effervescent and spritzy on the palate. It's not a fruit smoothie beer, so you're not getting that soft, smooth, super creamy type of fruit smoothie sensation where it's just like thick and pulpy. No, it's like an old school sour. And I appreciate that. Don't get me wrong, I love fruit smoothie sours, but I appreciate when I get more sours like this because it seems like the fruit smoothie craze is crazy. No pun intended, maybe pun intended, maybe not pun intended, maybe shouldn't use pun in this situation. But when I get a beer like this and the mouthfeel has that crispness, that spritzy, you know, carbonated sensation on the palate, and it's not super thick and pulpy, I appreciate that. Now, it kind of is reminiscent of like when I get a West Coast style IPA of some sort where it's like, oh man, that's not like super tropical and, you know, fruity and whatnot. It's grapefruit and pine resin, and that's kind of what I'm reminded with when I drink these that are a bit older. But yeah, the body mouthfeel are fine. Body a little bit thin, mouthfeel I think is fine for what they're going for. But the taste is where this one, they really nailed it. Forefront. I'm getting all those berries. In the nose, it was all raspberry. Raspberry is still dominating in the taste, but I do get seedy blackberry, and I get like tart blueberry in the front of the palate. It's more, it's a nice mixture of like sweetness, tartness, acidic kind of berry component. passes through, there's a sweetness that hits. And it's almost like this bready, doughy kind of like base you would get to the crust and base of a pie. I have to believe that's coming from the base of the beer, even though it's an Imperial Sour Ale, but it has this bready, almost doughy sensation to it. And the vanilla hits, and it amps up the sweetness mid-palate. But then it transitions one more time to more, and I think this is where the base beer kind of comes in. It has this like almost lemony kind of tartness on the back of the palate, but it's finished with the cinnamon as well. So I'm getting all three berries. I'm getting both of the adjuncts and the cinnamon and vanilla. And yeah, it honestly tastes like a triple berry pie in Imperial Sour Ale form. This finishes with a firm to high tartness, not really sour, but super tart. It is acidic. I'm probably going to get heartburn by the end of this can, but it is acidic on the back of the palate. The 8.1%, I really can't taste on the palate. I do get a warming in the chest and in the stomach, so I could probably tell you this is around 7.5%, 8%, which is fine. Hey, if a beer is 8.1% and it tastes like it's 8.1%, that's fine to me. It's really cool that I get all the berries in the taste, and I get the cinnamon and vanilla. And that cinnamon hangs around on the palate on the finish, so it's not super clean, but I really like that cinnamon sensation on the back. It really does give me pie kind of vibes to it. I was worried that this one might be a bit too sweet, but that acidic nature to the base beer, and with the fruits and stuff, has a semi-dry finish. This is not this. If anything, this leads more towards the dry / acidic kind of side of things. Not really bitter at all, but it's not super sweet either. This is fucking tasty. So I really like their lens, even with age on this. 5 months on this, fucking spectacular. So I'm going to give Late Nite, the triple berry pie variant from Definitive, a low 4.5 out of 5. I'm going to go 4.45 out of 5. Why? Just because, I don't know, that was the number that came to my mind. 4.45 out of 5 for this beer. If you've had this one before, let me know what you think about it. Price and availability, I have no idea. This is where hopefully, Caleb, you chime in and let me know what the price point on this one was. If this is $20, a 4-pack, cheaper, buy it all day. If it's like $22, $24, I'd still buy it again, but that is a bit pricey. But it is 8.1%. So I'm imagining $20 a 4-pack would be like right in the realm what this one should cost. And yeah, $5 a can for that. I would pay that all day, every day in this kind of beer market. Availability, wherever Definitive gets distribution, I'd imagine, you know, probably in Portland and around Portland at the brewery. I don't know. I just know that this is delicious. Thanks again to Caleb for sending this one my way. This is one of my favorite that he has sent to me of the ones I've reviewed to date. And it's just, yeah, it's just a great fucking beer. So, yeah, appreciate everybody stopping by. Like I said, if you've had this one before, let me know what you think about it. Thanks to Caleb. Thanks to everybody. To the next one. Cheers. Did I say anything about the 8.1? Yeah, it tastes like 8.1, but I'm fine with that. Anyway, cheers.